Good morning, or whenever you're tuning in here. This is Ian Gray. This is the Global Harmonization that I lead daily here at 7:30 in the morning. And I actually wrote a little something down about what Global Harmonization is, and I'll be sharing that here in a moment, and would love to have your feedback for those of you that have been part of this group and been showing up consistently. Tell me how this vibes with you. For those of you new, this should pretty close and accurately explain what global harmonization is. So let me say I am grateful to have you here on today's global harmonization, and I use this medium as a vehicle, as a way to share my daily practice of connecting with the divinity within. I find that this connection allows me to experience life in a peaceful, courageous, joyous, and loving state. A state of flow, a state of giving. And global harmonization itself is a community of individuals who are radiating from a free spirit and a loving heart out into the world, transferring this energy and shining their own light here and now, here and now. So thank you for being here and being part of this community that is radiating light out here and now to make this world, this whole entire collective human experience, an even more amazing place to be. Because when this isn't done, when this practice isn't done, it's pretty easy to get caught up in the other stuff that's going on. And once harmonized to this frequency of light, to be in this love, magic just occurs. So today I was going to talk a little bit about the full moon that we have right now. It's pretty interesting because, of course, I had something up here and it lost itself. It's pretty interesting because the planets have been aligning in this beautiful way in the night sky, and I invite you to check this out. There's some great apps out there. I use Skyview, and actually, when using it, you can see the planets align perfectly. Right? And there's a saying like, oh, the planets are aligned, and that means it's the great timing. So it's really cool to see it actually happening and witnessing it, and using an app like Skyview makes it so that I can actually see how clearly they're aligned, and then I start to see what else is aligning in my life. And I wasn't big on this astrology thing until I'm still not really big as far as my expertise on it. However, the faith around it, until about maybe a year ago, I started just noticing more and more things in my life aligning with the movement of the planets, the stars, the moon. And that was as I stopped using a clock and a watch so much, I started paying attention to the time as it exists, almost imagining each planet being on a gear, just as so many gears inside of a watch allow the time to tick in a certain fashion, so watches stay accurate. And if you think about how complex a really nice made watch can be, the solar system is actually the same kind of representation of that. So I started watching what was happening in my life and being in time with the cycles that were happening in nature versus anything else. So today, January 10th, is a full moon lunar eclipse. It's known as the wolf moon because there's actually a shadow. The Earth is actually casting a shadow, right? So hence the eclipse. It's casting a shadow onto the moon. So if there's what things happen normally when this happens, when there is some kind of eclipse, there's going to be a transition, right? There's things that are changing, right? Think about an eclipse means it's passing over. So when something eclipses in my life, then I'm going to be going through some kind of transition. So being that it's the beginning of this eclipse, because eclipse actually runs to tomorrow, expect that there might be some things that come up that are surprises or like a disturbance in the force, so to speak. That's one of the things that I've noticed has happened with eclipses in general. And then the full moon is also a time where intentions come to an end, where things are drawn out. Just think about how the moon moves around the planet, and when it's a full moon, it actually raises the tides. The tides are higher because there's actually a tug. So things are drawn out and illuminated even at night with a full moon. So here, where we don't have any light pollution, actually the moon last night had our whole entire bedroom lit up almost like the daytime because it's so incredibly bright and illuminating things. So look for those things that were maybe you might have had a paradigm around something, and all of a sudden something new shows up. Like, oh my gosh, I haven't even realized that, because there's light even in the time of darkness in these days. Everything's always changing. Everything's always changing. So these changes, you can perceive whether they're positive or negative. That's up to you. I'm of the belief that things are just always getting better, and it seems to serve me. So anything that changes, it's a matter of looking for that bright side and letting go of what no longer serves me. And it's my willingness to let go of what no longer serves me, especially in these times, that allow me to make some kind of transfer or change in my life. So look for that for yourself. Another thing that's happening right now is that Uranus retrograde is ending. This was over 5 months, which is something that's, during that retrograde, is a time of almost like going in reverse and clearing out old karma. And then when it comes back forward, so when it retrograde is basically this, it appears to be moving backwards to, wasn't planning on doing this, but it appears to be moving backwards. Mercury or Uranus appears to be moving backwards to everything else, even if it's just moving slower, based on the angles and everything that it looks like. And what happens is it retraces its path. And as it retraces its path, anything in the last 5 months, you're going to get an opportunity to redo. You're going to get like a reset button, almost like a redo on those things. In the last 5 months, you might have some things that pop up and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm running to the same person again. And just for your awareness, just think about what new conversations you like to have as a result of coming back and almost like playing the same scene again. And that will actually allow you to have a lot of reinvention, a lot of new energy and things. The sudden energy shift, because when things are shifting and they're doing it suddenly, that means things are in movement. And I like that. I race motorcycles. I like to drive fast. I like that kind of movement. Some people may not. It may be like, whoa, slow down. Just embrace it. Let go. Life is living you. Right? Remember yesterday, life is living you. The more that I sit back and I just watch what's happening around me and cease from attempting to control anything in any certain way, the easier the flow and grace is, and the more magic just keeps showing up. And I find this confirmed over and over again by people that are on this path. And I know that if you're on here, you're on this path, if you're watching this long. So Zach drops in here, retrograde, retro time to retract in order to move forward in your life. Yeah, so absolutely. And so that retrograde ends in Uranus. There's also incoming solar storms that are coming. So that means you're gonna have some vivid dreams. There's gonna be some intuitions that maybe weren't there. You may have some more fatigue than normal. It's all cool. And then the last thing I'm gonna say, just to be aware of and look at, is January 10th today, right? January 11th tomorrow. We're seeing this cohesion of these numbers, the 1, 1, 0, so 0, 1, 1, 0, 20, 20, right? 2, 0, 2, 0. So we're seeing some kind of alignment with numbers. And then tomorrow it goes in 0, 1, 1, 1, 2, 0, 2, 0. So these times where these numbers are aligning like this, is where there's portals that are open for major transformation. Hi, DD. Great to see you on here. And thank you, August, for dropping in some comments too. This is all about trust. And there's a couple things to trust. I mean, you could trust the universe. Really, the thing to trust is yourself. The only one that you have to trust is yourself. You've gotten yourself this far. Been talking a lot about empowerment this week. You've gotten through whatever hell you have been through. You've gotten yourself this far. And that is really, really cool. So take a moment and really reflect on that. No matter how much challenges you've been through in your life, you've gotten yourself to here and now. And here and now is the only thing that really exists anyway. It's going to get, everybody's gotten easier. You have so much more knowledge than ever before. And I'm saying this to you because I know it's true for me. So I know if it's true for me, it's true for you. Life is meant to be in flow, ease, and grace, and with like a maximum amount of joy, playfulness, and courage and freedom, at least in my understanding of it. So with all those things, that love that pours through from within just continues to amplify. And we're in a new time for this, new possibility. So God bless you. Let's drop into today's harmonization and really tune in to the heart. I know I live in this heart place all the time. And collectively, as we drop into this meditation, let's set an intention to just radiate love around the world, calm around the world, trust around the world. With these things, the world, it really, really has a huge impact. Doesn't matter if there's one of us on here or 500 on here, we're having a major impact, and it ripples out into not just what happens in this next 10, 15 minutes, but also how we carry ourselves throughout the entire day. So get into that position, just drop in here, and let's do a light meditation and just start rolling those shoulders around both directions. We roll the neck around a little bit, just open up. You are a divine creation. You are divinity expressing itself. I mean, that's really comes down to. And the more that you connect with that, the more that I connect with that, the more life flows. And I'm not saying this to convince anyone. This is just how it functions. Maybe you have another way of doing it. Cool, go do your thing. This is here and now, connecting to my heart, connecting to my divinity, and then radiating that out around the whole world with absolute faith and trust that all is in divine order. You can see it in the planets. You can feel it in my heart. So beginning to breathe in through the nose and fill the belly, and then the chest, and then hold at the top for a moment. And just scanning from head to toe, the body. No judgment, just looking to see if there's any place that energy is stuck, if there's any tension, any soreness. Breathing at your own pace, in the belly. In the chest, and holding for a moment, becoming inspirited. And scanning the current mental state. Exhaling out all the air. The more I release, the more that I can become. and holding the breath at the top and scanning my emotional state, whatever it may be, is perfectly perfect. With each inhale, noticing the light within grow. Holding at the top, bring this light to the center of the heart, center of the chest, that heart chakra. And just noticing the calm within the heart. How each breath slows things down just a bit. How time stands still. Just listening to the heart, noticing the endless amount of courage in the heart. The heart just is, feels free, do anything, be anything. Infinite power. How every moment of your life, the heart has gotten you through it to here. Maybe giving a little extra love to your heart, gratitude, just acknowledging. It's always there, just giving the attention to it. Envision the heart like a flower blooming, flower of light, just blooming, everything folding back, exposing brand new petals. Opening and opening and opening, radiating pure life, pure light. Noticing any thoughts that come to mind, or pictures, or words in the background. Tapping into the intuition of the heart. How the heart speaks in affirmative language. And what is possible. If there's any concerns or doubts, anything with the word not, that's just the mind attempting to keep an old paradigm. Let the heart open. And just feel how it feels to know that everybody that you encounter today is here to serve you, is here to love you, to guide you, even if they're not aware of it. Even if it feels like they're knocking you off track, they're actually putting you on track. Noticing how every moment is a gift. Feeling how this love is in the heart. Tuning to that, to anything that's a disturbance in the force is also brought to light. Now imagining a world where all beings are aware of this love inside of themselves, truth inside. when they're speaking and acting accordingly. As how I perceive others is a direct correlation to my own consciousness. Mirror, mirror. The more that I love, the more love that exists. The more love that will be in my awareness. The more that I give, the more giving there will be. The more present that I am, the more aware I become. The more connected I am. So shall everything in my awareness. Bringing the hands in front of the heart, pressing them together in prayer position, breathing in, pressing them together and feeling the love that I am, projecting it out. Just as the sun heats the planet, gives light to day, eternally giving, so is my heart, so is my spirit. For I am the light, the truth, and the life. I am the light, the truth, and the life. I hope all are speaking this out loud into existence as well. Anyone listening to this, I am the light, the truth, and the life, embodying in every single cell, every bit of being. So that I may remain full each moment, each day in pure divine love, and giving this divine love to those around me. Speaking the truth. Being present with the life that I am, that lives me. One last deep breath into that. Lowering the hands down, exhaling, checking the vibe within. So grateful for this life, this existence, the people around me. May I share this love with the world all day, every day, here and now. In this eternal moment. Open the eyes. Thank you, everybody, for joining today. God bless you. So grateful to have each of you on here and see all the comments in here. So feel free to reach out during the day. I really like to see this be growing as a real community continuously and bringing more and more good vibes into this. God bless you all. Have an amazing, wonderful day. And we'll see you soon. Absolutely, Olga. God bless. Miss you guys. Have a great one.